Hey, Micah. Micah. You know what day it is?
The Starcruiser Day.
The Starcruiser Day. Hello friends. So for the past 3 days, I have been a passenger aboard the Galactic Starcruiser. It's a hotel, but it's more than that. It's a full-on giant role play is basically what it is. You're a passenger aboard a passenger ship called the Halcyon, a Galactic Starcruiser, and you're just there for a fun time. But ship gets infiltrated by the First Order because they believe there is resistance activity, which, spoiler, there is. And that's basically the storyline. You're on a passenger ship where nobody is involved with the resistance at all. Not the captain, not the cruise director, not all the staff. Everyone's neutral there. Everyone's totally neutral. No one's helping the resistance at all. You choose your affiliation. And you can interact with the characters, you know, like they're not like gone, like you can, I talked to Lieutenant Croy a million times, so you can talk to all the characters, but the thing about it is everybody is in character the whole time. And it's kind of frustrating because there was not one transparent person on this ship. Like if I just needed like an honest answer about a question in my data pad, like they have to be in character and find a way to answer the question in character, and it doesn't always answer the question, but everyone's in character, all the employees are in character all the time. It's a giant Star Wars experience, and it's the most action-packed 2 days of my life. Side note, yes, I'm going to be spoiling a lot in this video, but there's nothing like being there. Like, I can just tell you what's gonna happen and it still won't be the same. My experience is very, very different because everybody's experience is different, because depending on how you make your alliances, you will get messages from different people. It's because I never got a single message from the captain. My brothers, however, being resistance scum, got lots of messages from the captain. I watched a lot of vlogs, and I learned, I watched all the vlogs and all the spoilers, but it was still so different for me. We're going to space! Woo! Yeah!
Star Wars clock. Woohoo!
Magic begins now.
Before we leave Deck 6, the airchannel 1.0, our passenger service is a great resource for any questions you may have. And then our merchandise section is to build Coaxium.
Nice!
And we'll close the lock behind you, so please wear those MBANs up.
LJ, why don't you tell us about your character?
Just a dude.
Dad, you want to tell us about who you are?
He's the janitor.
Dad's the janitor.
Fuck you.
I think it's kind of obvious who I am. I am a Sith Lord, and I'm filming this in the bathroom. This is the fit. Corset. Well, rain boots. So this is very much a hit the ground running. Stop shaking. This is very much a hit the ground running experience. The first thing we did was get lunch, and the lunch was a buffet, and the food is unbelievable. I don't even know what half of that stuff was. All I know is that it was good. I did spill my blue milk because it was my turn to be that kid that spills the drink within the first 5 minutes. Like almost immediately after, I had an assignment from this guy named Rafe Cole. So Rafe Cole is Gaya's manager, and he messages me because we're going around the ship. We're just like trying to log into stuff, but it's not working because we haven't unlocked it yet. And he messaged me and said, "Hey, I see you're trying to hack into the room, or the engineering room. I can help you." And he tells me how to go up to this console and like gives me access through what I'm doing on the console.
Micah.
Micah. Hello, Micah. I'm Captain Keegan. Now, what squadron exactly?
I can't hear you. Muster station RX!
Come on, may I have your attention, please? Welcome to the Starcruiser Halcyon! Now, my name is Lane Mock. I am your cruise director, and this is SK620. They are my right-hand droid and a very valuable member of our crew. It is an honor to introduce our captain. She commands this ship with integrity. May I present the captain of the Halcyon, Captain Riola Keevan.
Welcome, friends, young adventurers. This is your journey.
Captain.
This is your adventure.
Captain.
This is your
Captain.
new ship mechanic, Sammy, who should be in the engineering room, right, Sammy?
Yeah, hey, Sandro, just a second.
Micah, why don't you tell us a bit more about
Batu.
Yes.
Okay, everyone, so tomorrow we will be on Batu.
There should be no cause for concern.
Hey,
Captain,
stand up and
maybe
watch.
no cause for concern.
You're gonna want to watch this.
Like the captain said, there's nothing this ship cannot handle. We are all in safe hands.
Good journeys. Riola Keevan, captain of the Halcyon. Welcome aboard.
I am Lieutenant Harmon Croy of the First Order.
What a pleasure it is to have you on our ship. Micah, I'm sure I did not see the lieutenant listed as one of our travelers.
I'm sure you did not, Captain.
I am on your ship, Captain, because the activity of the Halcyon has attracted suspicion. Order. I will be stationed on the Halcyon during this voyage. No one cares what you think, sir. Your droid have something it would like to add?
No, they do not. SK, please.
I'll consider it a working vacation. Now, I need...
Surprise! Yeah.
I'm sorry, who are you?
I am Ray Cole. Miss Ma, very nice to put a face to the name. I'm Gaya's manager. He's regretfully unable to be present at this moment.
But you will be performing tonight, right?
Oh, yes, of course. Gaya will be here. She will.
Good.
Y'all are seeing what I'm seeing, right? Lieutenant Croy and Gaya. That's a story that's so fun to watch develop. I have many theories. Most of them are probably wrong. I spent most of this vacation fangirling over Lieutenant Croy. So.
And everyone, please bring your attention to the bridge, where we will be jumping into our first hyperspace. 2, 1.
So I figured, since I'm Lieutenant Croy's biggest fan and supporter, the first thing I need to do is go tell him that I'm with him, just so he knows. And I should add that it was the funniest thing ever.
Right, I just want to let you know that I think you're totally right. I think there's places crawling with rebellion. And I'm with you.
1 second, a brief briefing. They are absolutely using this ship for their own needs, their own devices.
I agree.
I'm even telling you, they're even transporting people for the resistance. If that doesn't offend you, what will?
That's a great point.
What's your name?
I'm Darth Gracius.
Darth Gracius.
Yes.
Good. For the order, Lieutenant Harmon Croy.
Nice to meet you.
We'll continue to report anything you see that's suspicious. A keen eye like yours. No. For the order, Darth Gracius.
Oh my gosh, that was the coolest thing ever. Okay, so it's a good day. And then I got a message from Lieutenant Croy, and I think everybody got this message that basically said, hey, we think there's resistance. Are you willing to help? And of course I said, what are your orders? Me being a little good first order person. So I think there's like this it's called Outer Rim Regalia. It's like a fancy fashion show. So this is my Sith, but a stylish Sith getup. But I just got a message from Lieutenant Croy telling me to go to the nearest ship console. He's doing some research. So I'm just going out like this, super casual. Yeah. And he gave me access to something on a ship console, some kind of information, I think. Nothing big has happened yet. And then we go to dinner and we saw Gaya perform. And dinner was amazing and Gaya was amazing. And Lieutenant Croy was there.
Exciting every single time. She has filled concert halls, stadiums, and tonight she will fill this room. Travelers, friends. Gaya!
Look above and see the world slowly emerge before your eyes. Feel the swell as the moon begins to rise above the tide. Come and fly with the wings of the wind. The stars will come alive. The stars will come alive. Hey, let's take over the skies. We gained a new audience member during that last song. I don't normally scold latecomers, but for you, I may make an exception. Hello, officer.
Lieutenant.
Even better. And to what do we owe this honor?
This is observation.
And are we enjoying the performance?
That is I. And
But desiring power always falls short, doesn't it? Is there anything that you have had to give up on your climb through the
Gaya and Lieutenant Croy. Where do I begin? I think they used to be a thing. He clearly likes her a lot. They seem to have a history, and I missed this part. I turned my video off. Gaya was like, Lieutenant Croy, I heard you have a favorite song of mine. She said the name of it, and he goes, and he stands up, and he walks out, and on the way he accidentally like bumps into a little kid, and he goes, you, come with me, we're leaving. And then the mom of the little kid was like, what? And he's in the elevator or the door, and he goes, this song is inappropriate for children. I think they used to be a thing. She seems very flirty. She is not with the First Order. I'm not really sure why she would be flirting with him unless they used to have a thing. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. There's a lot to see, and a lot that Lieutenant Croy just missed. We're eating dinner, and they just smuggled Chewbacca in, and I want to be the first one to tell Lieutenant Croy. Before I do that, I'm gonna go charge my phone because I don't know why my phone just keeps dying. Yeah, so let's talk about that real quick. This data pad that you get an app on your phone, and it takes up an unbelievable amount of battery. Definitely recommend bringing some kind of portable charger, or like if you got those cases that charge. If you don't have that, I did not know this until the very last day. If you ask for a portable charger battery thing, they'll give you one. I did not know they had that available, so that was fun to find out on the last day. As soon as dinner's over, so we're in the middle of dinner, and they obviously smuggled Chewbacca in, and as soon as dinner's over, I'm like, I have to go tell Croy. Oh, I'm so excited to get to go tell Croy. But I go down to tell Lieutenant Croy about Chewbacca, and I'm in the middle of this, you know, fashion show thing going on, and I'm trying to talk to him, and something happens. He gets a little sidetracked, gets a little distracted. I think the cruise director saw that I was trying to tell him, and she like immediately stepped in, and I was like, what is happening? But then like, it's all part of a story. Like, she's allowed to do that. She's allowed to stop me from talking to him because it's all part of the story. Super cool. And so she immediately steps in and was like, hey, Lieutenant Croy, did you talk to Gaya? I think Gaya wants to talk to you. Lieutenant Croy got onto his story. Just... Lieutenant Croy, I don't know if you heard, our cruise director is smuggling Chewbacca.
I know. For the order. Well, I like to think of myself as an example in all kinds of ways. Miss Gaya, I'm terribly sorry. I was informed by Miss Mark that she wanted to have a word with you. Get out of her way, this way. No, I'm so sorry. For the order, this way.
Gaya, ¿Chichacha con puta?
I understand you like shiny things. That's why we shine our helmets together. Do not inhibit her. She's healing the galaxy with her performance. It needs to be invigorated. And whatever she says, you do, understood?
Oh my god. So Lieutenant Croy just gets onto his stormtroopers because apparently they were like crowding Gaya. And it sounded like a mom talking to her problematic child. Like, she's healing the galaxy, just let her work. So, I love this man. I love this man. It'd be dark side every time if I ever go back. Oh man. So yeah, that happened, and then after that detour, I was finally able to tell him about Chewbacca.
What were we talking about?
Chewbacca.
I'm sorry, I got cross. You know how I feel. Right. So yes, I've heard many reports of a Wookiee, a fugitive criminal aboard the ship. Not what we came here for, but if I leave with it, that's an extra. It's a bonus. So keep your eye out and make sure that it is not just a hairy person. Because there is a man around, very hairy, not him.
Got it.
He's got hair everywhere.
What's her name? There's no inside the line with us today.
Okay, so I changed again to be comfortable. And so far, we got here at 1. It's like almost 8:30. I have to go to Lightsaber Training soon. So far, I have become best friends with Lieutenant Croy, who seems to have a thing for the international superstar Gaya. I'm really tired. I'm only like 7 hours into this. Oh, 7 hours into this thing and I'm exhausted. Tomorrow's our last day, really, because it's only a 3-day thing, and the first day is the day you get there and the last day is the day you leave. So they're just trying to pack as much stuff as they possibly can. So that probably means I should get out of my room and go to lightsaber training. So lightsaber training. So wish I could have recorded it. The trainer was very enthusiastic. I came down to lightsaber training as my parents were coming out and the rest of my family were coming out of their lightsaber training. I was like, I'm going into lightsaber training, and she goes, oh, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like the trainer. And I was like, what do you mean you're gonna like the trainer? Like, and my mom was like, you're gonna like the trainer. I was like, is he cute? What's happening here? And no, he was just super into it and super like charismatic. Like, some of the acting on this ship is so into it that I kind of find myself out of character just because I'm like so in shock from how in character everybody else is, you know? Like, I'm like, whoa. Lightsaber training, I don't really know how to describe it without spoiling it, so I just won't. Lightsaber training was really cool. What about the trainer?
It's the same one I had.
Okay. You want to make sure you can maneuver, you want to make sure you can navigate, and most importantly, you want to make sure you are grounded.
Okay, I just got back from lightsaber training. That was the coolest thing ever. And I wanted to record it, but I couldn't find a way to just like casually set up a camera in the back. And then immediately after, I got this thing from Lieutenant Croy. Apparently, one of the droids has some information and now we have to capture him. But it added a whole different event to my itinerary. Like, that wasn't there before, and it's not on my mom's and it's not on anybody else's. And it just added a whole different, like, I specifically capture this thing event. And that was cool. And so now, what do I have bridge training. You never get a time to sit down. And my phone has been at 8% for the last 2 hours. Light. Oh, wow. So apparently I missed bridge training. I'll probably just hang out, let my phone charge a little bit, and then I'll go to the cruise director's evening toast. So I got that message from Lieutenant Croy after lightsaber training that basically said, we have reasons to believe the SK unit has some information that we need, and we need your help to help us capture it tonight. It added a whole nother thing to my itinerary. So it was right within the same time slot as the director's evening toast. Depending on, you know, where your allegiance is, you get extra events you get to go to, you get all kinds of cool stuff. So it's constantly changing, and it's always different for everybody.
We are going to go ahead and start making a toast. I would like you all to be thinking about, troopers, what is this? SK hasn't done anything wrong.
Lenka, your lies are transparent. I know that you and SK620 are resistance sympathizers.
You know what? You have no proof of that.
You will think it's not what the droid has done, it's what it's carrying. We will use a restraining bolt to disable it.
I will cooperate with you. Please just let SK go.
Are you afraid of what we'll find, Miss Mock?
I'm afraid of what you'll do to SK.
Where is Mechanic Sammy? Mechanic Sammy, where are you? This droid facilitates communication and gathers information between factions of the Resistance. That kind of intelligence is of vital interest to the First Order. Please, come up and do the honors of attaching. I can see it from up here. He's doing it. Terrible influence. Thank you, young man, for the support.
I am really frustrated right now because apparently Lieutenant Croy called a bunch of people to like, and they scanned something, and I was so tired because they didn't say it was happening.
You sent you a message though.
No, they didn't. The thing said from 9:50 to 10. So I'm like, at 10, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm going back. And nobody told me it was happening. And I missed getting my scanny thing. I missed this thing with Lieutenant Croy. Apparently he called a bunch of people off to the side and like they all scanned their wristbands on something. But it didn't really, I thought I was missing out. But later in that day, it turns out that I wasn't really missing out that much. I was still able to do all my missions. So day 1 was from 1 p.m. arrival time to 10 p.m. when the evening toast was over and everyone who was tired went back to bed. It was chaotic. I don't understand how I did so much stuff in such a little time frame. So day 2 started at 7 in the morning and ended at 11 at night. It was a long day. That was the day we went into Galaxy's Edge. Waking up to that. So, I'm so tired. Today, we are docking on Batuu and going to Black Spire Outpost, Galaxy's Edge, and none of us were able to see like our missions like until this morning. So my brother just got like a whole list of missions to do from the captain, and I got a whole list of missions to do from Lieutenant Croy, and they weren't there yesterday and they were there today. So it keeps changing, like depending on how you make your alliances, everything keeps changing. So this is the makeup look. I went a little more subtle. Still not completely subtle, but slightly more subtle than yesterday. I still don't know what I'm gonna do with my hair. I don't know if I should bother doing anything with my hair, but like also this is kind of a once in a lifetime thing, but I don't know what to do. I cannot get my hair to do anything. So we're rocking a Founding Fathers ponytail today. This.
You like the food? Is it fun food?
So if you're going on the Starcruiser soon and you've been to Galaxy's Edge before and you think that your excursion to Batuu is gonna be exactly like every other time you've been to Galaxy's Edge, get that out of your mind. Going to Batuu while you're on the Starcruiser is a completely different experience because you have things to complete. What's cool is that you get fast passes to the 2 rides, the Rise of the Resistance, my favorite, and the Smuggler's Run. You have fast passes and you get a free meal voucher. So you have a list of things to do. So one of my lists of things to do was infiltrate the Resistance base. And at first I was confused on how I'm gonna do this stuff because all this stuff seemed like really weirdly specific things to do. But infiltrating the Resistance base just means ride Rise of the Resistance because that's what the ride is about. The ride is about the Resistance base. As soon as I scanned my things to get in line for Ride of the Resistance, I got a message from Lieutenant Croy saying, "Hey, good, I see you've hacked the Resistance base, what's going on?" And then after I got out of the ride, I told him everything that happened. Also, this is interesting, if you've been to Galaxy's Edge, you walking around, and obviously, it's a Star Wars planet, so there are a bunch of, little gimmicks making noises everywhere, and that's just Disney, doing random Disney stuff. No. None of that is random, and it's actually so cool because the perspective of someone who is not on the Starcruiser, from the perspectives of someone who was just in Galaxy's Edge, it's like they think it's just random, but it's actually like the story coming to life in front of you because you are participating in the story, and the people who are not on the Starcruiser don't know that. Somebody messaged me asking me for a favor, and like they needed money and I couldn't give them money, so instead of money I did them a favor and I shut down something. Like it was in a big circular area. It was like a giant battery looking thing, and she told me to shut it down so it wouldn't make any noise. And so I hacked the thing, and it's making a bunch of noise. There are a ton of people just walking around because it's a shady area, and then all of a sudden it just stops making noise. And I'm like, that was me. But they didn't know that was me. But it was me. I did that. It was so cool. Also, I do not recommend getting lunch on Batuu, honestly. I honestly think just go back to the ship and go to the lunch buffet, because the food on the Galactic Starcruiser is unreal. So I would take advantage of the Starcruiser food as much as possible. We had a great day on Batuu. We got to split up because, you know, we're house divided. We rode the rides together, and then we went our own separate ways on our missions.
Well, well, passengers from that fancy Galaxy cruiser, let's see if those coordinates from your contact are any good.
Onto the thing to go to Smuggler's Rung, and there's a little transmission. What's that guy's name? Hondo? Hondo? And he was like, oh, it's our fancy friends from the Halcyon. I was like, they know.
Yeah, of course they know. We scanned our things.
Like, it gave us a special transmission because we were with the thing. So that was cool. Here we go. Getting on Rise of the Resistance. How long, Mom, how long do you think that ride was? That was like a solid... At least 10. Yeah, at least. Still the coolest thing ever. After we left, I got a message from Lieutenant Croy saying, I saw you were able to hack into the base. What happened? And I was like, oh, the Resistance escaped. My next mission, I have to go to Oga's Cantina. But first I'm gonna use the space bathroom. I'm now splitting up with my family. We are a house divided. I'm obviously a Sith Lord. So obviously I can't have them following me around while I do my missions. It's Kylo Ren. It's coming right here.
So it finally happened. My phone died. So I had to take the transport back and let my phone charge for a little bit. And then, only then, did I find out about the portable chargers that they were offering. I'm not sure if this is true or not. I'm about to go test it out right now. I'm currently getting on my lovely rain boots, which are actually really comfortable. They're actually a lot more like comfortable than my Vans, which I've been wearing all day at the park. Shout out Campbell and David. Hi. Where was I going? Okay, so apparently there is a secret pin that you can only get on the Starcruiser. And they have two, the Resistance pin and the First Order pin. So my father set me up. There is a secret pin. However, my dad told me that apparently there's a First Order secret pin that no one has been able to figure out the password for. And so he texted me and told me he knew the password and to go down and try it. He lied. He didn't know. He thought we were just trying things out. So he made me go down there and make a fool of myself trying to get a secret First Order pin that doesn't exist.
Hello. I'm here for the secret artifact.
Secret artifact. What would you say your allegiance is?
With the Order.
I'm not sure if I can trust that.
Dad, it didn't work.
Secret pin. So it switches.
The information we needed. You see any tracks up there? Take some scans. We need all evidence. Oh, and I'm sure we will. And let it be known to anyone who intends to steal anything aboard this ship, you will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
So, LJ's in the Sabbacc Tournament. You're in the final?
Yeah, next is final round.
So it's just you and one other person?
Well, no, it's a game of 4.
So there's this game on the ship called Sabbacc, and I'm not really sure how you play it because I wasn't really interested. There's a gaming table in the Sublight Lounge. You can play it at any time you want. I think it's like a gambling game. And my brother, he didn't win because he said he got really bad cards in the finals. But he was playing against an interesting group of people. These guys looked like he knew more dinosaur facts than my 6-year-old brother. The other one looked like the Godfather, and the kid who won was about my brother's age, and his parents were standing over his shoulder the entire time.
He's a brother.
Is that illegal now? You've crossed one line too many. Seems I've arrived just in time to put an end to whatever subversion you were engaged in. Your disloyalty to the Order will not be tolerated. It is time to make that painfully clear. I should have never trusted a shipyard scoundrel. Effective immediately, I am taking command of this ship.
I'm trying to get changed really quick for dinner because I had to take pictures and the ship got taken by the First Order and Lieutenant Croy's in charge now and I didn't have any time to change.
So apparently Lieutenant Croy and my youngest brother were getting into it. So the droid went missing because they rescued the droid. And so Lieutenant Croy was freaking out, where's the droid? And my brother said something like, you need to be better at your job. And Lieutenant Croy looks at him and he goes, you need to be better at your job. Like they were fighting and it was so funny. And then he stopped by at dinner and he looked at me and he was like, I'm sorry you have to deal with this. It must be very difficult for you.
I just don't even know what to say to you.
We was just suggesting maybe that it's your fault that the droid was, released.
It's my fault that a thief came out of jealousy in a mad rage to take my belongings. I'm the victim here, pilot.
Sounds like poor leadership.
Okay, well I see where he gets his lovely attitude.
Don't criticize.
This has been really nice. I don't know how you have been able to keep your attitude up with this company, but good for you. Good for you. Yes, I'm glad we can be clear. And you've been working for the Resistance for how long?
So who's that?
Yeah, okay.
Did they take over the ship?
I'm one of the chefs aboard of the Halcyon, and it is my honor to be your co-guide.
There's a blockade of TIE fighters.
The
water really cold. What is this?
Oh, it's cold. It's dry ice.
Okay. My 15-year-old brother is playing with his food.
It's cool. It's a shrimp claw. Look, you guys don't. No, you gotta take the fins off.
How do you feel, Mom?
But you gotta be very.
I did not get a transmission from the captain, but my brother did. Well, all my family did except for me. I'm the family disappointment. Apparently, everyone got a transmission about Rey is on the ship now. I did not get that transmission.
Perfect.
Gloriously well. Soldiers of the Halcyon, especially Parker, I'd listen up if I were you. The First Order has imposed a blockade upon the Halcyon. Effective immediately, the Halcyon is under the control of the First Order. As you cheer and jeer, TIE fighters have surrounded your ship. I'm excited too. Star destroyers are in position.
I was on the elevator with 2 little kids, and one of them goes, "Hey, did you hear Rey's on the ship?" And I was like, "I know, I heard." And she said something like, "Wait, are you Resistance?" And I was like, "Sweetheart, do I look like I'm Resistance? Is my entirely black wardrobe and intense red makeup enough to tell you?"
This cannot be our last moment together.
I would love to enjoy your performance once I clear this up. Samuel! I see you are volunteering to bring that crate to me?
You know, yeah, come on. This crate looks so heavy, Lieutenant. It does.
Who better than to bring it up here? Troopers, why don't you escort it?
Thanks. Yeah, I got it.
Now, it has... Be careful with that.
Sorry.
It has come to my surprise that this crate of Coaxium was stolen.
You know, when we're at port, tons of cargo gets loaded. You know,
He loves cargo.
You know, I mean, like what? Like, look, that guy got loaded onto the ship, right?
I wish he wouldn't have gotten back on.
I know. Just getting one too. But you know what? One time we had a what was that? Sasha, a cage of puffer pigs. You remember that? Yes. Yeah. Spanner. I didn't buy Spanner.
You just go to town in the Crown of Corellia. You should have seen it, Lieutenant. Nom, 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 nom.
That's a good impression. That's good.
Saha, is it?
It's Saja, but that's all.
Saja. Samuel has proven he cannot be trusted. Why should I believe him? And now it's Saja Raj.
Right back. Thank you.
But I certainly got a lot of booze, didn't I?
Oh no, we're just singing. We're having fun. I mean, the guy is singing.
You call this about singing?
Lieutenant, don't look right now.
To the left.
Some lovely eyes. No, don't look up. Don't look. Oh, you want to?
She's looking at me. I want
Lucky me.
Let's make our way upstairs, please, with Gaya's luggage.
I get to say my goodbye to the lieutenant. But first, I'd like to thank each of you. I feel like I have a whole new crew. Looking out at the galaxy right now, it seems like a time where we could all use a little more support. Right, Ray? Wani, I'm sure that you two have some friends that can help you tie. Lieutenant, might I just say, what a delight this has been. I'm not a fan of your games, but I do recognize the good players.
Miss Gaya, it has become among the honors of my career to be with you on the house.
Lieutenant, I'm so sorry to interrupt, well, whatever that was about to be, but...
A little bit private, you want to come over here?
I'm scared of them.
No, man, not too far.
Excuse me.
I need to know.
That's an idea. So,
What were they saying?
good things. Something for like Gaya, wanting to meet with you.
When did she say that?
It was
Just now?
Yeah.
Do you think that I should put a better uniform on?
I just accidentally ran into Croy as he was leaving. I think it got a bit messy out there, and I was like, just a little bit. And he goes, I think the Resistance should all go to their rooms and think about what they've done. So after I completed all my missions on Batuu for Croy, I got an invitation to an event. It was just
meeting in the bridge, but it turned into something more. We got some information before anybody else did. So basically, while we were in that little bridge thing with Lieutenant Croy, this secret meeting, we got a transmission from one of the commanders from the First Order saying that the Supreme Leader, Kylo Ren, will be boarding the ship. So we knew about it before anybody else did. And it is really late, so we're gonna have a wardrobe change. I changed.
The order, Jeremy. Well served. For the order. See yourselves to a console where you will best serve the order, where your skills will be best utilized.
Oh my gosh, that was awesome. So after the secret meeting with Croy, everyone was just kind of doing their own thing, and then all of a sudden, giant red lights and flashing just all throughout the ship. Literally what just happened.
To your muster stations, each and all. For your safety.
And that's when Croy comes out and announced that the Supreme Leader, Kylo Ren, will be docking the ship. And then Kylo Ren boards the ship.
You talk with they screaming.
You will not hold them!
They would be collateral damage.
And then, as I'm sure many people know, there is a huge fight between Kylo Ren and Rey, and it gave me chills. It was so cool. I'm probably not gonna leave it in the video because I don't want to spoil too much, but it's insane. The one thing I was really upset about on this vacation is somehow I was unable to get a picture with Lieutenant Croy, and when I saw that he had been escorted off the ship, I may have gotten a little upset. I'm actually low-key really upset right now. Because I didn't get a picture with Croy. Very upset. I really wanted that picture. So, yeah. I didn't get a picture with Croy. That's really the one thing I really wanted. But then I just realized, you know what? This is my origin story as a Sith Lord. I didn't get my picture with Croy, and I turned to the dark side, and I never looked back. So the first thing I did after I realized that I wasn't going to get my picture with Croy is I made plans to come back and get the picture with Croy. So after that was settled, we went down to the dining hall for one last... It wasn't really a meal, it was a dessert buffet. And obviously, I've said multiple times, food is unbelievable, especially the desserts. They're incredible. That concludes all my video footage of the Starcruiser. But I do want to talk about both, like, the cons, things that you should be aware of to prepare for, allegiances, where you're gonna have the most fun. Let's start with the cons of the Starcruiser. Now, I just wanna, like, say these are just, like, little things. These are not major, because overall it was a fantastic experience. The only cons I would say is that the bunk beds are not the most comfortable. I mean, I slept on them fine, but they're not like regular bunk beds. The bunk beds do not have bedding. The bunk beds have a sleeping bag. And it's not like a camping sleeping bag. Like it's a good, like it's like a quilt. But if you're the kind of person who needs to, you know, be really comfortable when they sleep, bring some pillows, bring something, because it is not like the most comfortable to sleep on. Also, you cannot get pictures with Rey, and you cannot get pictures with Kylo Ren. The big fight, Kylo Ren boards the ship and he fights Rey, and then Rey immediately has to get back to work on the Resistance, and Kylo Ren leaves. So you can't get pictures of them. I did see Kylo Ren in the park, so you may be able to get pictures of him if you go in the park. And you cannot get pictures with Lieutenant Croy and the stormtroopers after the finale. I learned that the hard way, obviously. Also, from your rooms, you can hear everything. I heard people dragging like a screaming baby down the hallway at like midnight on the first night, and I heard kids talking in the other room. And like, if you're in the hallway, you can hear people in their room. Like, you're pretty tightly packed. Also, I've mentioned this multiple times, bring a portable charger or ask for one, because your phone is gonna die so quickly. And probably just a me thing. I just probably ended up, you know, doing this because I'm me. I accidentally ate butter. The breakfast is a buffet, and one of their trays that they had was like an assortment of like a sweetbread and a croissant, and there was like a little blue swirly thing. I didn't know it was butter. I don't know how I didn't know it was butter. It was just a pretty blue swirly thing off to the side of the plate, so I just scooped it up with my fork or my spoon and just ate it. Just ate the butter. I didn't realize it was for the bread. So just be careful about what you eat. Not to say that the food is bad, because the food is incredible. Just be aware so you don't eat butter. Also, don't overpack. I'm a hypocrite. I overpacked because I wanted to have an outfit for everything. Don't overpack. You're gonna be there for 2 days, and just don't be tired if you can control that at all, because you never sit down. You never stop. Ever. It's you constantly have something to do. So don't be tired. So allegiances. Every single vlog that I watched before I actually went, everyone seemed to be with the Resistance. And it took me a long time. Like, I found only a handful of vlogs where they joined the First Order and had those, you know, that side of the story. If it is your lifelong dream to be a Jedi and you've grown up with Star Wars your entire life and it's everything you want, and you want to join the Resistance, I'd say absolutely join the Resistance. It's really fun. However, if you're like my dad and you live in a family of Star Wars nerds and you just pay for everything and you want like something different, I would join the First Order. I had a lot of fun on the First Order because Lieutenant Croy is hilarious. He's so funny, so quick on his feet. So I had a lot of fun on the First Order, more fun than I thought I would. Also, each side has their own secrets, you know, like I never got any messages about Rey boarding the ship because my family, who was Resistance, they got notified by the captain when they found out Rey had got onto the ship. I didn't get that, but also I found out that Kylo Ren was going to be boarding during my secret meeting with Croy, and nobody else, like none of my family got that message. There's First Order, there's Resistance, and then there's Smuggler. My brother was a smuggler, and he said he kind of struggled to get a lot of transmissions. Like, I was getting messages left and right from Croy. The rest of my family was getting lots of messages from the captain and the cruise director. My brother said he didn't get a lot of messages. Most of the characters will message you at least once, and if you wanted to, you could totally just make your allegiance with all of them and then like cut one off halfway through. Also, just side note, don't record everything, honestly, because I recorded everything because I would, had the intention of making this video, but I would say don't record everything. I mean, take pictures, record some stuff, but the point of this thing, like if you want to record stuff, just go to the park. The point of this thing is it puts you in the story, and I can tell, I think it bothers some of the performers when all they see is just a phone. So don't record it, even though that's exactly what I did. I do that. I'm not very good at making outros, so enjoy this last montage.